Hey guys, what's up? It's Snake here, and we're playing some gun game on Stockpile. And it's actually been a while since I took this game out and played multiplayer. I've been putting some time in on zombies, and actually I've been spending most of my free time playing Modern Warfare 3. But I played some of the community playlists, and they got the new free-for-all game where you can switch between 1 in the chamber and 3x6 and 18 gun, which are both gun game types. And there was just something missing, something that just didn't feel right. So I pulled Black Ops out to sort of recapture the magic, and it hit me. What's really lacking in Modern Warfare 3 is diversity in the guns, because whether it's an assault rifle or a submachine gun or a light machine gun, they all really shoot the same and feel the same way on the controller. Whereas with Black Ops, each gun feels very different, and so you kind of have to take a different attack stance depending on which gun type you have. And yes, I know that was kind of cheesy, but I'm terrible at the Python, so I need any help I can get at the very beginning of gun game. But anyway, the diversity of the guns is just so much better on Black Ops, just in general, but it really lends itself well to the gun game. Whereas Modern Warfare 3, I think they could have just done without it. It was a good idea, but they just their guns just can't deliver. So I definitely hope that we're going to see this in Black Ops 2. Speaking of which, today, Tuesday, May 1st, in case you're watching this later, and you already know what I'm about to say, but I am pumped. I have never been more excited about watching basketball than I am right now, because tonight on TNT during the NBA Finals, or not Finals, yeah, Finals, tournaments, the whatever it is, anyway, we are going to get the first world premiere preview of Call of Duty 9. So we're going to find out exactly what it's going to be called. We're going to find out exactly what it's about, or well, we're sort of going to find out what it's about. So it's going to be really exciting to see that trailer. And as of right now, most people are still considering it Black Ops 2. We're going to find out for sure. There's been, rumors and all kinds of different things swirling around on the internet. And I'm sure if you have internet access, you probably know by now, or have even seen the picture of the Target pre-orders, which do say Black Ops 2 on them. So that is a good indicator that this may very well be the name of the new game. Having said that, whether they're cards or they're pictures or posters or videos, we've seen a lot of forgeries in the past, so I'm not completely holding out a different name. Because we at least do know that the sequel will be just like Black Ops was to World at War. So we jumped a couple of decades ahead last time, and again we're actually going to jump quite a few decades ahead, because we do know now that it's going to be set about 10 to 15 years in the future, so a 20XX kind of deal. So we're going to see some futuristic guns, which will be fun, and we're going to see some futuristic kill streaks. But the reason why we know it's going to be set slightly in the future is, for those of you who haven't been there yet, definitely go and check out callofduty.com. It brings you straight to their sort of intel page, kind of like they had with Black Ops, which ended up turning into the menu select screen for the game. So we got these little videos up there and stuff. Most of them are still classified. There's one with running numbers, because we all know how much Treyarch loves numbers. But then there's a close-up picture of a gun. There's a picture of air support, which everybody knew there was going to be kill streaks. There's also a picture of a very interesting kill streak, codenamed Charlene, which is a quad rotary blade assault drone. So it's like this little tiny helicopter you control with a tablet. So it's going to be very similar to the RC car. And we know all about it because when you click on it, it takes you to a link of the YouTube page for FPS Russia. Which, if you haven't seen his show before, it's very funny. And all he does is go around and shoot different really neat guns that we know from Modern Warfare and from Black Ops and stuff. So you should definitely check him out regardless. But he does a little thing where he's obviously working with Treyarch and Activision to promote the new game. But he works with a fake version of what's codenamed Charlene, this helicopter that he flies around and shoots dummies with. And when he blows up one table of dummies that they're sitting there playing cards, he even says, "Zombie terrorists really know how to party." So a quick hint to the zombie play mode for Black Ops 2, or whatever it ends up being called. And then another thing he says too, which is kind of funny, is he thanks his friend Yuri for the ride, because he borrows his car and blows it up. And of course, as we all know, Yuri is the guy from Ascension who went crazy and then opened the portal to the Ether and sort of screwed everything up for the Ascension group. So another little fun Easter egg for us zombie fans. Some of the other squares, there's one that says the future's not as far off as we think and we're not ready for it yet. Another one talks about how the enemy could be anywhere or anyone, possibly hinting at a theme in the story where we see a lot of espionage and double agents and possibly even the enemy or main bad guy being on our side originally, or at least we think that he's on our side until until the end of the game. So it'll be fun to see what they do with that. There's also a poor quality picture of a hand that looks, to me at least anyway, like a gnarled sort of decrepit hand, kind of like a hand you would find on a dead body. Maybe even a dead body that walks around and eats brains. Who knows? Maybe it's just a poor quality picture of a hand that might tie into one of the main characters from the last story who are going to be reoccurring in this new story. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. And then last but not least, the one thing that I find most interesting is there's a square that just says in red letters, Tacitus, which also FPS Russia is wearing a shirt that says Tacitus. Wow, that was so lucky. I'm usually really terrible at the sniper rifle, so I got really lucky right there. But Tacitus is really interesting. He's the most famous Roman historian that we know of. We have a bunch of his writings, and pretty much all his writings are what we really know about the era of the empire for Rome, because it started out as a kingdom, and then it was a republic, and then it became an empire before it later got destroyed. So it's really interesting that they're kind of tying him in. It's going to be fun to see what he has to do with the main story. Maybe something to do with America being like the Roman Empire. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. Although, a thought is that maybe Tacitus is related to the zombie storyline. And the reason why I think that is if you do a little bit more research and look past the stuff about the Roman historian, you're going to find a website that's just www.tacitus.com. And I'll read you a little excerpt, but you can check it out yourself. There'll be a link below. Once there was a company named Tacitus. It lives no more, but rising from its ashes is something new, a league of heroic and occasionally eccentric minds from a host of different fields, from different countries, in different industries, institutes, companies, and universities, experts in biology research, genomics, astrophysics, yada, yada, yada. It goes on. So the reason why I think this is interesting is because we know of another group that had a bunch of different people from different countries and different backgrounds that all were doing research and development on, for lack of a better word, Wonderwafts. And of course, I'm talking about Group 935. And if that's not enough for you, when you check out the website, look at their logo, because it sort of looks like a slightly tilted Treyarch logo. So there's definitely some strange connection to the game, but we'll have to find out more on that later. Until next time, guys, peace out.